You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Couple of things. Number one, he does talk about going back to Pittsburgh and where that stands. But before we jump into that, we're going to talk about the level of strange, bizarre, I use that word bizarre, entitlement that Emmanuel Acho, who used to work for Fox Sports and got canned and run out the door, I think over that Joey Taylor mess, the level of entitlement this dude believes he has to Aaron Rodgers' marriage and personal life. Because Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, and he goes, and I'm going to show it, he talks about the fact that, look, he's not married to a celebrity. There was a time when Aaron Rodgers was seriously dating Olivia Munn. She's an actress. And, you know, they were in the spotlight. This wife is not a celebrity. And she doesn't want to be, she doesn't want herself and all their business out in public. And Aaron Rodgers talks about that. And it pisses Emmanuel Acho off. That he's like, I feel like, I mean, it's crazy. Why do you think this is bizarre? What, the dude doesn't have the right to keep his marriage private if he wants to? I mean, he's got the right to make a decision later in life. I don't want to live that celebrity bullshit. And I saw this and I saw the response, and it made me pull up the actual original video, which is this, on the Pat McAfee show. And I was shocked. I was like, really, Emmanuel Acho? I was like, good God. I can't stand the media. I really can't.
And I think whenever you come out and speak about this for her, it feels like you're trying to support her as well, saying, hey, like
she didn't sign up for this bullshit, you know. She signed up because she loves me and she supports me and she wants to spend the rest of our lives together and start a family together. She didn't sign up to be out front, you know, social media wag. Like, she doesn't want any of that bullshit, you know, and I don't either, you know, and I was with that. And which is like even more telling, like, do you understand? I was with it. I lived that life. I didn't like it, you know.
I assume he's talking about Olivia Munn there.
I dealt with it. I didn't like it.
Oh, wait a minute. He dated another actress after that.
Now I'm out of it. I don't want to be back in it. I don't want to be a part of that. I understand, you know, when I play, if I play, that there's scrutiny, there's attention that comes with it. But I'm fully content on living a private life. But you have people.
Okay. And then let me skip down to right in this range. Because this is 3 minutes. I don't want to play it all.
Training camp.
And I would only do this. I would only do this because this is the only platform that I want to be a part of with this positivity. But I think it's the obsession with my wife is very, very strange. And I have a super small circle. It's getting smaller by the minute. And the people that are in that tiny circle, they know. And they've met her and they love her. And the people that aren't, it's just the way it is. Like, that's life. That's life. You learn, you grow, your circle gets smaller, you have less time to spend with other people. But just like the obsession with like what on my personal life, it's strange. It's very strange.
Agreed. I don't get it. I think that's a very lucid take from Aaron Rodgers. I do. Emmanuel Acho is mad because Aaron Rodgers wants to keep his private life private. The unadulterated nerve of this motherfucker. I mean, really.
I hate when Aaron Rodgers sounds shocked by things that are common sense. You are a public figure. When you are a public figure, people care about who you are in relationship with. Rodgers, why you act like people trying to figure out your mystery wife is bizarre? Your behavior with this mystery person is bizarre.
Why the fuck you care? That's really fucking bizarre.
The only thing that's actually bizarre, Aaron Rodgers, is that you randomly got married to some random person and are randomly keeping it the most random secret. That's what's bizarre. We're not the crazy people, Aaron Rodgers. You are the one that's behaving.
Yeah, the fuck you are. I normally don't drop this many F-bombs in a video, but that is nuts. That somebody can't marry somebody and choose to keep their life private, and these assholes think that's strange. It's like, what? What world are you living? By the way, Emmanuel Acho is getting destroyed over this.
Behaving out of the norm. Now, if you want to keep your private life private, by all means. I think I saw Kerry Washington, Nnamdi Asomugha. They had their first collective interview for the first time in 11 years this past weekend. They've been married for 11 years. Yeah.
What?
Nnamdi Asomugha and Kerry Washington. They just kept it completely secret. Now we know they're married. They just don't talk about it super often.
Wow, I knew that.
So I say all that to say, like, Aaron Rodgers is acting like it's bizarre that people are wondering about his personal life. Bro, you the one that's bizarre.
No, I'm sorry. I'm never going to buy into that. Look, we've got 4 channels. We're closing in on 700,000 subscribers. My face has been on roughly 200 million views worth of videos. Probably more. I think, it's a lot. I don't want my private life out there. I mean, really? It's crazy. He got crushed over this. Stop it. You're talking about it and acting like this is more bizarre. He's a private person, always has been. Move on. This is the same guy that judges Jalen Hurts' social skills at a distance. You don't know his relationship with that woman. Shut up. He's getting crushed. I watched the Aaron Rodgers interview on this. Sorry, Emmanuel Acho, but you're wrong here. So wanting to keep your private life private when you're a huge public figure is bizarre? Make it make sense, Emmanuel. His wife doesn't want him in the spotlight, doesn't want to be in the spotlight because she is his wife and he's respecting her decision. A couple of superstars keep their private lives separate. Lamar Jackson has 2 kids. I never knew he was in a relationship. I didn't either. I literally just found this out reading this. I mean, that's strange to me. This is what happens when you keep your life, as it should be, personal. Most can't do this. Another man worried about what another man does privately. That is exactly it. That's exactly, he getting crushed. I mean, wow. This is so out of touch. Bro, not everything is going to be prompted for your fucking podcast gang. Your wild gang. I mean, yeah. It's, how about this guy? You're such a feminine ass bitch. I mean, wow. It's Rodgers' business, nobody else's. Oh, Emmanuel Acho, tell us about Joey Taylor. I mean, yeah. Seriously. I was like, the level of weird entitlement from Emmanuel Acho to think that he deserves to know what Aaron Rodgers got going on in his personal life, and that it's weird that somebody wants to keep their business from getting out there. God, you don't hate the media effing enough, folks. You don't. You don't hate them. Aaron Rodgers did talk about the Steelers, okay? So here we go. Quote, I've talked to Coach Mike McCarthy. I've talked to Omar Khan, Rodgers says. There has been no deadline that's been put in front of me. There's no contract offer or anything, so there's nothing that I'm having to debate between. I'm a free agent, and again, I'm enjoying my time with my wife, enjoying this part of the off season, and I think there's a conversation to be had down the line, but right now I'm not there. Hasn't been any progressive conversations. You know, I love Mike, and Mike and I have kept in contact over the years. I have conversations with Omar. I really think Omar, enjoyed having me there. I think the guys had a positive response to our time together. But again, there hasn't been any deadline set on me. There hasn't been any contract, floated in front of me for to be like, well, we're going to give you till blah, 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 March the 8th to make a decision on this contract. There's been nothing to that respect. Rodgers added that he's interested in what the conversations will be, but there hasn't been any progression when it comes to that. So I hear that. I will tell you two things. Two things could be at play here. Number one, Mike Tomlin knew 3 months before it became public that Aaron Rodgers told Mike Tomlin, I'm coming to the Steelers. He just didn't sign the contract. We found that out. I talked about it on this channel. It's very possible he's done the same thing with Mike McCarthy and Omar Khan. I will say this, I will call the Steelers out for the same thing I called Mike Tomlin out. If you don't get some real weapons around Aaron Rodgers, some speed, some playmakers, somebody besides a DK Metcalf, go get Rashid Shaheed and maybe sign, Darnell Mooney just hit the market. Put some guys out there. Trade for Brian Thomas. Mike Evans, go grab him. Put some draft a hot shot running back to put next to Rodgers, and then he can feed them the ball, point guard style. The other thing I would not sleep on, I don't give a shit what anybody says. He said, I'm a free agent. I still think he could end up going to the Vikings this year. I don't know why nobody's talking about that. It would not shock me at all. All right? We know the Vikings had buyer's remorse that they didn't bring him in. Don't believe me? The GM lost his job over it. I still think the Vikings could be at play laying in the weeds on this Aaron Rodgers thing. If you ask me, would you want Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers for a year? I'd be like Aaron Rodgers. With Hawkinson and Addison and Justin Jefferson, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I'm just throwing that out there. Man, I think it's fudging weird. I guess I should have just said the word. I done said it 3 times. I apologize, folks. This one got me riled up. I was like, how can you call a man bizarre for wanting to keep his business in check? And the entitlement that you think you deserve to know. Man, bleep yourself 100 times. Tell me what you think. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're still subscribed. Like the video. Check out Black White Network. Got sales on merch. Exclusive live streams. You know the deal. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.